Donald Glover, aka Childish Gambino, is a one-in-a-million kind of celebrity. This man is so talented that Tina Fey herself said he belongs in stardom. From rapping to writing TV shows and directing to stand-up comedy, Donald Glover does it all. Honestly, he might be a genius, we aren't really sure, but he's definitely showing off what he can do. But did you know that he grew up Jehovah's Witness and wasn't allowed to even watch television or listen to mainstream music growing up? So how did he become the culture creator that he is today? Keep watching and find out his story. Donald McKinley Glover, born in 1983 on September 25th to Beverly Smith and Donald Glover, his father. Young Donald was born on Edwards Air Force Base in Southern California, home of NASA's Armstrong Flight Research Center. Just a few years later, the Glover family moved to Stone Mountain, Georgia, where they would spend the rest of Donald's childhood. Donald commented on his town to Esquire, saying that he grew up in a town with Confederate flags flying everywhere. There was a certain level of acceptance that Donald never seemed to gain, being African American. Donald has two siblings, Stephen and Bree Glover, but spent most of his life with many more siblings because his parents were foster parents. He was reminiscing on his childhood with The Hollywood Reporter when he said, "I saw kids dying of AIDS in our house. I saw people getting stabbed. Several of the foster kids owed drug money to some very scary people. I wanted to build my own world, because then you can make the world seem a little safer." Beverly and Donald Sr. were very devout Jehovah's Witness faith while raising their children. They were very strict, going as far as not letting their children watch television unless it was PBS, or even listen to the radio. Donald comments on his childhood to Wired, saying that being a Jehovah's Witness amplified my own alienness. This is part of the main reason that Donald doesn't mind being different anymore. He has never felt like he belonged in the first place. Donald went to DeKalb School of the Arts Magnet High School, where he studied and honed his skills as much as possible to get into the entertainment industry. After high school, Donald was accepted to New York University's Tisch School of the Arts. Many other artists and performers have gone to Tisch, such as Lady Gaga, Anne Hathaway, and Alec Baldwin, just to name a few. Donald graduated in 2006 with a degree in dramatic writing. While he spent much of his time in an improv group at Tisch, Donald wrote a Simpsons spec script that made its way over to 30 Rock producer David Miner, who showed the script to Tina Fey, and they both offered Donald a job immediately after he graduated college. At only 23, he wrote for 30 Rock and made several cameos from 2006 to 2009, when he decided to leave and pursue his acting career. Tina Fey was asked about Donald when he was leaving to pursue his acting career. She said, "Of the many writers who have suggested this over the past 20 years, Donald is the only one with whom I've ever agreed. 100% he should be a star." Donald spent only 9 days unemployed in Los Angeles before landing a spot on NBC's Community, where he spent 4.5 seasons playing the character of Troy. Fans loved his goofy but grounded heart during the series. Donald also debuted in his first film, Mystery Team, where he played the lead role in the movie directed by Dan Ekman. In 2011, Donald's alter ego began to emerge as Childish Gambino, which he came up with using a Wu-Tang Clan name generator. Yeah, seriously, we're not kidding. The website still exists today if you want to hop over and find out what your name would be. Then drop it in the comments below, because who knows, you could be the next Childish Gambino. He released his first album under the alias Childish Gambino in 2011. His album Camp got mixed reviews but debuted at number 11 on Billboard charts. Donald's music was successful enough that he chose to quit Community and work on music full-time. In 2013, Donald released his second album as Childish Gambino. The album, Because the Internet, debuted at Billboard's number 7 spot. Donald had also just sold a project to FX, which he would star in, write, executive produce, and would later become the show we all know and love, Atlanta. Talk about having a lot on your plate. During this time, Donald also took a few roles in movies like Magic Mike, Mike XXL, and The Martian. Did you know that he's also voiced many cartoon characters that you may have seen, such as Ultimate Spider-Man, Alpha Dog in The Regular Show, and Marshall Lee in Adventure Time? Donald is a man of many, many talents. And a little known fact about Donald is that he loves to computer code in his spare time, because he wants young African Americans to aspire to be coders over rappers or athletes. He says that this is the way of the future. He earned his first Grammy nomination after appearing in a handful of episodes of Girls. As the premiere of Atlanta quickly approached, FX was touting it as a comedy set against the backdrop of Atlanta's music scene. When the show finally released, fans all over realized that it was so much more than just a comedy. Donald told The New Yorker, "I knew what FX wanted from me. They were thinking it'd be me and Craig Johnson horsetailing around. And it'll be like Community. And it'll be on for a long time. I was Trojan horsing FX. If I told them what I had really wanted to do, it wouldn't have gotten made." The show premiered at the highest ratings for a basic cable comedy since Inside Amy Schumer. Atlanta was nominated for 6 Emmys, and Donald ended up winning both Outstanding Lead Actor in a Comedy and Outstanding Director. FX quickly renewed his series Atlanta, and its ratings have been rising ever since. Donald is also signed to exclusively produce more series for the network. His third album, Awaken My Love, was released in 2016, but instead of being the typical rap you would hear from Donald's alter ego, Childish Gambino, the album is more soulful, holding the genre title R&B hip-hop. The album opens with an organ and a choir. It's a much different listen than the previous 2 albums. Did we mention that Donald also squeezed in time to play Lando in the 2018 Han Solo movie? As Donald's fame continues to rise, he's very serious that his private life remains private. We do know that at some point, Donald found a partner, as he was seen on vacation with her. She was very pregnant at the time. We say partner because Donald does not believe in marriage. We do know that he has this partner and son thanks to his speech at the Golden Globes in January 2017, where he said, "I really want to say thank you to my son and mother of my son for making me believe in people again, and things being possible. So thank you." We finally found out that the name of his partner is Michelle, and son legend, thanks to 2 speeches he made in the same year. When Esquire asked Donald about fatherhood, he said, "Every step of your life, once you're an adult, you realize what being a teenager is. Once you're a teenager, you realize what being a child is. Children are life's greatest contacts. Parenthood really does make you something more. It asks you questions that no one is ready to answer, and that you're always ready for." We're glad to hear that Donald has someone by his side, whether we know all the details or not. So let's jump back into Donald's music. As we said before, you may also know him as Childish Gambino. He decided to start releasing mixtapes under this name in 2008, eventually releasing his 3 studio albums under this moniker. Donald has also sold out arenas and done many incredible things under this name. After his 3rd release, Awaken My Love, This Is America made quite a splash. Do you remember the day the music video was released? May 5th, 2018. The video is a chilling depiction of what Donald believes America has become. Within the first 30 seconds, Donald puts a bag over the man's head and shoots him. Like we said, the video is graphic. Donald refused to ever make a statement of the meaning of the video, as he wants others to watch and figure it out for themselves. Near the same time as dropping the album and music video, Donald started hinting that he would no longer be using the moniker Childish Gambino and would no longer be releasing music. Donald's This Is America tour was said to be his last. He would shout from the stage, reminding fans to really experience the evening and put away their phones. Those who experienced Donald live, shirtless and all, stand in awe of the way that his shows can feel so intimate, with 18,000 people in the arena. But even after this incredible tour, Donald remained set on the upcoming album, the follow-up to Awaken My Love, being the last. He even released a hilarious video of Donald Glover interviewing Childish Gambino with Rolling Stone. Donald opens the conversation saying, "Why are you so lame?" immediately throwing shade at his alter ego. Donald has released a few albums and mixtapes under his real name, though they didn't receive flying ratings like Childish Gambino's releases. Later, when asked why Donald wants to retire from this moniker, he said, "Endings are good. They force things to become better. I'm very interested in making good quality, and I just don't know if I can do that anymore before it becomes pop music." But is he telling the truth? Is Donald really going to retire the Childish Gambino moniker? While the media tries to figure out his next moves, he makes sure to keep the big projects under wraps. One thing we do know is that we can expect a new season of Atlanta in 2019, and possibly another series since he signed his exclusive pact with FX. Donald is also starring in a new movie with Rihanna called Guava Island. Guava Island is directed by one of Donald's favorite collaborators, Hiro Muri. But get this, the film is being billed as a Childish Gambino film. So we wonder if this is how he will bring out his last album. Maybe this is sort of like when Beyoncé released Lemonade. Speaking of Beyoncé, she and Donald are the voice actors in the 2019 live-action Lion King. playing the parts of Nala and Simba. It's easy for us to say that Donald clearly has something up his sleeve for this new season of life, after Childish Gambino is retired, and we cannot wait to hear what he's going to do next. We're sure it will be groundbreaking. So until next time, subscribe to TheTalko to be the first to hear of Donald's next culture-shaking move. We guarantee we will keep our eyes peeled just for you. Bye-bye.